Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about something super important, the foundation of our golf swing. That's going to be talking about our grip. Now, first off, guys, I want to say thank you so much for 8,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. We are so thankful, guys. We're on the pursuit for 10,000 and hopefully one day even more. But we want to say thank you so much for the 8,000 subscribers. I want to apologize for not uploading as frequently as I would like to. I've got to take full blame for that, guys. I need to be putting more effort into the videos. But anything you guys want to see, just make sure you leave us a comment. If you like our stuff and you follow more left-handed golf content, go ahead and leave us some likes, leave us some comments, subscribe, share with all your friends, guys. We are here to be the best resource for left-handed golfers, and we're going to be the face for you guys, and we want to be the people that you can root for here on YouTube, and hopefully one day some bigger collabs. But today we're going to be talking about the golf grip, guys. It's going to be the absolute most important thing, foundation of your golf swing. So let's get right into it. First things first, I got this really cool camera tripod, guys, that actually follows me around. So I want to give a shout out to my wife for getting that for me. But this should be helping us film this video. So we're going to start with the grip, guys. There's actually going to be a few things we're going to talk about. When it comes to the grip, there's your 3 different kinds of grips, guys. You're going to be looking at your baseball grip or your 10-finger grip, which is where there's just a little bit of space between your fingers. That's probably what 9 times out of 10 people are grabbing the club and going onto. There's going to be the interlock grip, guys, which is where my pinky finger on my left hand and my index finger on my right hand are interlocked. That's my personal grip choice. And the overlap grip, guys, which is just instead of the interlock, it's the pinky finger overlapping the index finger. Now, guys, the baseball grip, or the 10-finger grip is what it's called, is not exactly the proper grip. If you guys are swinging like that, you're going to want to try either interlocking or overlapping. The reason why we try to avoid that baseball grip is because it does create a little bit of separation here. It doesn't allow the hands to work as one piece as you're rotating through the golf swing, guys. When you're doing the interlock or the overlap, what that's doing is that's allowing your hands to rotate naturally and allowing you to stay connected and all in one piece. It's going to give you a lot more control over the club face, and then, like I said, it's going to let your hands and your body work together rather than working kind of separately. So you're wanting to create one piece, be a unit. Interlock or overlap. I interlock, my dad overlaps. However you want to do it, that's up to you guys. But now let's get a little bit of a closer look, and let's see what it looks like at the club, at address, and see what it looks like in my hands. So, guys, I'm going to give you this angle so you can kind of see what it looks like actually down as you would be grabbing the club in your hand. So I always start with the grip with my right hand because that's going to be my top hand. And I'm going to let the grip kind of fall just on the pads of my fingers here, just at the base of my hand. You're going to see it. You're going to see it rest just in there, and I'm going to be grabbing that, interlocking with this pinky and index finger. And basically, guys, the club is just running along the pads of my fingers here. So it's gonna be running along this and running along the same pads on my left hand as well. So my right and left hand, it's just running along this part of my hands. I'm just holding it right in there, guys, and I'm not squeezing this thing to death. You're gonna notice that I'm gonna set up with what's called a neutral grip, where I can see 2 knuckles in each hand. What that means is when you look at it from this side, I can see 2 knuckles on my left hand, and I can see 2 knuckles on my right hand. That's going to be what's called a neutral grip. Now, guys, that kind of grip that we're talking about there is really only coming down to my irons, my driver, all my wedges, everything. That's all going to have the same grip, guys. When it comes to a putter, you can grip it however you want. I actually tend to do a little bit of an overlap with the putter, guys. That's just how it's all about feel when it comes to the putter. But you'll see people change their grips up and do like claw grips or all sorts of weird stuff. They've got cross-handed. There's a lot of different ways to do it with the putter, but when it comes to irons, you're going to want to do the tips that I just stated. With the putter, go ahead and just feel out what's best for you guys. Some people put their finger down the shaft. I think it makes you a little wristy, but I do like a little bit of an overlap. That's just what feels best to me. The opposite of what would be a neutral grip, guys, would be either a really strong grip, which your upper hand, your right hand can be strong, meaning I see more than 2 knuckles, or my left hand can be strong, which means I don't see any knuckles at all on my left hand. The opposite of a strong grip would be a weak grip, and that's going to be where I can see more knuckles than 2 on my left hand and 0 knuckles on my right hand. Strong grip's going to promote you to release the club face a little bit. It's going to create that more of a, shutting down the club face, because my grip's going to be stronger. So when I'm swinging through the club, it's going to rotate a little bit more. And the weak grip is actually going to mean I'm going to hold the face off a little bit more. So if my grip's really weak, I'm not going to be able to release the club face as easily because my hands aren't going to be able to turn over as more. Now guys, you should always set up with a neutral grip. You don't want to be too strong or too weak, and that has nothing to do with the tightness of which you're grabbing the club, but that just means, again, what your hands look like. Let me show you once again. So this is going to be a neutral grip. Kind of a good way to tell what's neutral, again, is you're going to see 2 knuckles on each hand. So my right and my left hand, I'm going to see 2 knuckles when I look down. Also, another good way is that this V here in my hand is going to be pointing up at my chest, and my left hand's V is going to be pointing kind of in between my chest and my shoulder, somewhere in that direction. The V should be pointing in pretty similar directions, but my left hand is normally going to be pointing a little bit more towards my shoulder versus my right hand down at my straight up my chin. So if that were to be a strong grip, you'd see a lot more knuckles on this hand and no knuckles on my left hand. So my right hand, I would see more knuckles, my left hand, no knuckles. And that's going to mean I'm going to rotate that club through impact, and it's going to lead to my ball going a lot more right. And a weaker grip would be the opposite. So I'm going to see more knuckles on my left hand, no knuckles on my right hand, and that's not going to allow me to release the club face as much. Now guys, we should always set up with a perfect neutral grip. You should never manipulate your grip to try and produce a ball flight. I can't remember if Jack Nicklaus or Arnold Palmer, one of the best people to ever do it, said pick a grip, stick with it, don't ever change it. So I'm not manipulating my grip to try and produce a ball flight, even though yes, a weaker grip does not let my hands release, and a stronger grip does make my hands turn over a little bit more. It does produce a ball flight. We want to try and fix that more with our setup. We want to just give ourselves a good grip, start with a good foundation, and then get started from there. In the future, we'll do a video on how to produce a ball flight. We did have a comment left asking how we can hit a cut. In the same video, we'll talk about how to hit cuts, draws, fades, whatever. But for this one, we just want to start with the grip. So let's go over it again, guys. We're going to be gripping it just in, I always start with my right hand, just at the base of my fingertips here, guys, right at the pads of my fingers right there. I've got calluses worn out. So we're going to have a grip there. And these 3 fingers are grabbing the club while this one's off, while my index finger's off. I'm interlocking with my pinky. And then again, you can see grabbing it with just the pads of that finger as well. And then that's what it's going to look like while I'm at address. You want to see 2 knuckles on each hand. Make sure those V's are pointing. My right hand's V should be pointing kind of in this chest area. My left hand V is going to be pointing just in that area too. You want to look down for 2 knuckles on each hand, guys. That's what's going to let your grip be good and neutral. If you're set up right, your hands and body should all work together as one piece. You should be able to start hitting the ball and have a little bit better control of your club face. And if your grip is good, then you can start with your alignment, your grip, ball position, all that good stuff. You should be ripping it and hitting the ball really solid. So guys, if you like these kind of tips, make sure you leave a comment, like, share with your friends. I love giving instruction. I'm no professional by any means, so take what I say with a grain of salt, but I do play golf at a pretty high level for an amateur. If you love lefties, go ahead and leave a comment. Say lefties here. Hopefully one day we can be represented on the grander stage along with Good and Busted Jack and those guys. But thank you so much guys for watching. Thank you so much for 8,000 subs. Hopefully we'll be posting a little bit more frequently. If you guys like this one, make sure you leave a comment. Let us know what you want to see next. Thanks so much.